Sir, why is my mother's photo here in your mansion?
What do you mean, your mother? She is my late wife.
Rachel stepped into the Whitmore mansion that morning with her cleaning supplies in hand. The agency had sent her to a new contract, a millionaire's estate in Cleveland, with pay well above usual. The moment she crossed the threshold, Margaret Whitmore descended the stairs, looked her up and down, and said that girls like her needed to learn to clean their shoes before stepping on marble. She ran her finger along a picture frame, showed Rachel the dust, and called it shameful. She warned in a cold tone that if anything went missing, she would call the police herself. Rachel lowered her head and kept working. Henry Whitmore came down the stairs, already dressed to leave, repeating everything he wanted done. Dust all the paintings, wipe down the shelves, leave the main living room spotless for a business meeting that night. Rachel nodded and began her work in silence. That was when she reached the console table in the main hallway. On top of the dark wood sat a large picture frame with an old photograph, a young woman smiling, her arms around Henry himself. Rachel froze. She recognized the face immediately. It was her mother, younger but unmistakable. Elizabeth Carter. Her hands trembled as she stared at the photo. She had grown up hearing stories about her father dying in a car accident when she was a baby. Her mother never spoke about him, never showed pictures, never said his name. Rachel had stopped asking years ago, but now, standing in this mansion, staring at this photograph, nothing made sense. Henry walked past her and stopped when he saw her frozen in front of the console table. He asked if something was wrong. Rachel pointed at the photo with a shaking hand and asked, "Sir, why is my mother's photo here in your mansion?" Henry's face went pale. He grabbed the edge of the console table to keep from falling. "What do you mean, your mother?" he whispered. "That woman is my late wife." Rachel felt her legs go weak. She pulled out her phone and called home with trembling fingers. Elizabeth answered, her voice weak on the other end. Rachel described the mansion, the man, the photo on the console table. Her mother went completely silent. Then, in a low voice, Elizabeth said, "Rachel, my daughter, that man standing in front of you is not just some stranger. He is your father." Henry staggered backward. He repeated the name Elizabeth Carter under his breath, as if he had just taken a punch. He said he had buried Elizabeth more than 2 decades ago, after what he thought was a car accident. His own mother had handled the entire funeral and insisted it was better not to see the body. At the end of the hallway, Margaret stopped walking. Her face hardened when she heard that. Rachel stood in the middle of the mansion,